Welcome back! Anybody, everybody, but probably nobody. This is ThorW, and we're continuing Dark Souls 3. When we last left off, we had defeated the Dancer of the Boreal Valley and finally gained access to Lothric Castle, which has been looming over us for the entirety of the game. Well, not quite the entirety, I mean, basically the entirety of the game the second that we stepped out of Firelink Shrine. So the second we climb up that ladder, we've got two directions. We got the stairs to the right, which lead absolutely nowhere. See, this is not an illusory wall. And the straightforward stairs, which we'll leave alone for now, and the stairs to the left, which will lead us to an optional area, which is going to be the first place that we go to. Is this optional area. Soul of a Weary Warrior. Oh, wait. Yeah, let's do this. Wow, I still bounce off that like it's nothing. Like my sword is nothing, even though it's a massive-ass Black Knight Greatsword. Oh well. Get wrecked. Oh, an ember. Cool. I didn't know those guys dropped embers. Okay. So we're going to get on this lift, and this lift has two stops. It has a stop here in the middle area and a stop lower down. I would suggest getting off the lift here. If you go all the way down, you're going to be in a place of sadness and pain. And we have reached the Consumed King's Garden. The Consumed King's Garden. That's a metal-ass name, man. Alright, so Titanite chunk on these steps. That's one reason why we want to get there. Oh, wow. Hello. Oh, I just remembered. I'm not going to have any, can't enchant this with fire. Oh well. They got fire bombs. Are you going to come over here? No? Okay, you just hang out over there. So, the lift drops down right there. You'll notice that when we walk through this kind of white, misty area, we get a toxic buildup. That is toxic. That is not poison. Which is one reason why I said you might want to get off before you go all the way down. There's nothing back there, and it just brings you into this toxic mist area. Alright. Ooh, you recovered a little bit faster than I wanted you to. Okay, more firebomb. This is why we have firebombs, boys and girls. That should kill you, right? Nice. What'd you drop? Large Titanite shard, cool. Okay, so you will notice that there are multiple of these, what are they called? I think they're called like, Sins of Man or something like that. Okay. Ooh. Ooh. I am screwing this up royally. Alright, just really? That was a half parry. Really? Alright, he's doing nothing but these, like, slow-ass swings. There we go. Hey, buddy. How you... Welcome to Repostville. How you enjoying your stay? I would surmise that you're not. Oh, I should probably try and get their equipment. Yeah, I should pop a coin. Next time. Slug? Really? Okay. Well, good job, Slug. Let's see. There's one back there behind the stairs, one over there. Okay, and a guy behind me. Forgot about you. Multiple items over there. Alright, I think I'll take care of you first. Come on over here. Here, notice me, senpai. Good, he noticed me. Ooh, ooh. Alright, you done? Okay, you're done. These guys just dropped large Titanite shards, so if you guys are hurting for some upgrade materials, oh man, let me tell you about upgrade materials here in the Consumed King's Garden. Large Titanite shards are really common. Off of enemies, Dark Gem, that's an infusion material, obviously. And a Titanite chunk up here. Let's see, Let's take a look at the Dark Gem. I think that's our second one. A gem of infused titanite born of disembodied humanity. So yes, it scales off of intelligence and faith and inflicts dark damage. Disembodied humanity. So yeah, really hammering home the whole dark soul kind of thing. Humanity has darkness within it. Theme is really getting jammed hard and deep into our skull. Okay, this firebomb should... Yeah, so they got a bit of a cooldown on fire affecting them so aggressively. But, luckily, it's not a long one. Human pine resin, cool. More darkness. Titanite chunk, awesome. You notice we're getting a lot of dark kind of stuff, kind of equipment. Like a dark gem, human pine resin, the shadow garb, black firebomb, claw, anything else. I'm already toxic, so I'm just going to take a look around here. I don't believe I'm missing anything. Anyway, I bought a bunch of blooming purple moss clumps specifically for running through this area. Okay, so we got a couple things to look at. We got the claw and the shadow garb. So the claw should be down here around wherever the cestus is. Oh, right at the bottom. Weapon favored by intelligencers of an eastern land. The lacerations inflicts do not mend easily. When two-handed, claws are equipped to each hand. So this is... it's very similar to the cestus, only also has bleeding on top of it for slightly less base damage. Slashy, thrusty kind of thing. Not bad. In addition, we got the shadow garb for equipment. Should be somewhere. Here we go. Shadow mask. Black cloth mask worn by spooks from an eastern land. Sacrifices defense for greater mobility. The late king Osiris was obsessed by dragons, to the extent that he would later be known as the Consumed King. Countless assassins were sent to end his reign, but none returned. So that gives us a little bit of a backstory on the obvious boss of the area, Osiris, the Consumed King. Let's see, where's the... Oh, Shadow Garb. And basically, it says that he was consumed with the desire to research dragons, continuously researching dragons over and over again. Basically kind of similar to how, to what happened with Big Hat Logan in Dark Souls 1, where he had this big, huge man crush on Seathe, and he's like, "Oh, Seathe, you're so dragony and magical." So Osiris basically had the same kind of situation going on with himself. Is that he's like, "Ooh, dragons, you're so awesome and sexy." And he was consumed by that interest, and is no longer a king. And apparently any assassin that's been sent to take him down has not made it far, but that's not surprising considering the conditions of the garden down there. Considering, has a little bit more information. By the way, there should be thralls around here somewhere. Yep, whatever. Has a little bit more information on what's going on with, on those black kind of tar creatures. Like I said before, those are like sins of man. If you recall, the wretches down in the Irithyll dungeon, I said, were failed experiments to try and bring dragons back into existence. These things are very similar. If you recall the descriptions on the like silver snake thing and the gold snake thing. Snakes are known as creatures of great avarice, devouring depicting a snake that could have been but never was a dragon. That's the big thing. It could have been but never was a dragon. Snakes are very close to dragons. These things are very snake-like, very snaky. So that that's kind of a hint that these guys were also kind of failed experiments at creating dragons out of people. Which is why we find a lot of them here before the consumed King Osiris, who is obsessed with dragons. So yes, they were trying to make dragons again. If you recall in Dark Souls 2, it didn't work out very well for the people that tried to make dragons in that game. Let's bring dragons back. No, that's a bad idea. But let's do it, though. Okay, so we can get off on that stop there and come down here. We will get the Dragon Scale Ring. And, more importantly, the drop on this nerd. So let's take a look at the Dragon Scale Ring. Let's find it. That's not it. There we go. Reduces damage from backstabs. Ring of Oceiros, the former king of Lothric. In his later years, Osiris became fascinated with dragons. After going mad, he was commonly known as the Consumed King. Many assassins were dispatched to his domain, but none returned. The Consumed King ascribed his resilience to the divine protection of the Dragon Scale. So, Osiris has a big old boner for dragons. That's what I'm getting out of this. Anyway, here we can find a very special summon sign, Hawkwood the Deserter. Hawkwood can be summoned up in here, in this area, which is very interesting that Hawkwood would have the ability to be summoned around the guy that's interested in dragons. Now, see, this is the kind of thing that you have to really think. Now, why is Hawkwood summonable in this area? What is so special about it that would interest Hawkwood enough to actually be willing to be summoned into a fighting area? Because as you recall, Hawkwood's not the keenest of people on fighting anymore. Cathedral Knight Helm. I guess I got all their stuff, don't I? Oh, that was meant to be a backstab, but I guess I was a tiny bit too far away. Come on. Oh, headbutt. Launcher. Headbutt into a launcher. That was rough. Damn it, let my backstabs free! No, seriously, let my backstab actually connect to you, you bastard. Wow, this guy's kicking my ass while I'm using this weapon. That is two times that I line up the backstab, and then I get hit because it's really slow with this particular weapon. Oh, that's unfortunate. Alright, let's make our run back. It's time to run back there. We were actually right outside the boss fog. The Consumed King's Garden is a very, very small area. With just a couple things to pick up, which we did, and now all I really have to do is go and kill the boss, and then I'm done with the area. These guys are way easier to parry than the greatsword guys, and then I fail them instantly. Stop shield bashing me. It's very rude, sir. Can't parry a shield bash. Apparently I can't parry a normal swing either. Apparently I just can't parry. I'm awful. I'm awful, terrible, horrible. You know what? We could ride the lift all the way down and see what it looks like for you guys. That's what I was planning on doing all along. The death was on purpose. Look at that sword. We are inside of the sword now. Well done. Alright, let's go. Come on. I have 35 embers, so I'm not terribly worried about a death here and there. It'll happen. After all, I only have 24 vigor? It's pretty low. So here we are, where the lift actually takes us down to. Nothing, nothing very special about it. Just a bunch of mist in our way. Stop chasing me. Stop chasing me, I have business elsewhere. Creepy noises. We good? Okay, we're good. I don't... Okay, so the reason I'm not going to summon in Hawkwood is specifically because of the fact that Hawkwood has no special dialogue or information about the area or anything like that. Hawkwood just kind of gets summoned in and works as a phantom. Get destroyed. Ooh, good drop attack. Get wrecked. Alright, let's go ahead and Ember up. I would like to be ready to go as we hit our boss. Which is why I'm going to be a little more careful in this fight. By the way, this is one of those... This is one of those alternative color sets that I really wish was available to players in the game, but is not. Wow, what the... What is happening? What? He stood up immediately! Oh! Glitches! Bastards. Okay, for killing him we get the magic stone plate ring. That's why I wanted to kill that guy so damn badly. Okay. Let's take a look. Magic stone plate ring. Increase magic damage absorption. And stone plates are symbols of true knights, and blue stone plates are granted to the royal palace guards. Increase magic damage absorption. How nice. I'm gonna swap my weapon back over to the barbed straight sword. For reasons. Carthus Rougi reasons. Oh yeah, listen to that. That sounds lovely. Music to my ears. Well, let's go introduce ourselves. He looks kind of bloodborne-y. From behind.
Ah, you ignorant slaves. Finally taken notice, have you? Of the power of my beloved Ocelot, child of dragons. Well, I will not give him up. For he is all that I have.
That is Osiris, the consumed king. So you notice he kind of looks kind of Paledrake-y, kind of Seathe. All right, let's get in there. I hate that attack. All right, let me behind you, please. Of course you would do that.
Dear little Ocelot. Where have you gone? Are you hiding from me? Come out. Come out. Don't be afraid.
Smash.
You were born a child of dragons. What could you possibly...
What could you possibly have to fear? Lock on, please. Ocelot! Baby rage! Excuse me, where are you? There he is. That's Crystal Breath. Very Seathe. Oh! Ow. Tailspin. Oh, stop with your instant charges. Come here. Come here, nerd. Yeah, charge into the wall, you freaking genius. So, Osiris is also susceptible to bleed, hence why we're using this barbed straight sword with Carthus. Ocelot! Oh. Air of Fire destroyed. So, I didn't get a great deal of time to talk about his attacks. His attacks in Phase 1 are kind of... he swings in front of him, and he has a tail swipe. That's... I mean, there you go. We'll go through that door a little bit later. Now then, reiterating. On what Osiris can do in Phase 1. He swings his staff down for the most part in Phase 1, and he can kind of, he can do a tail spin behind him and a tail slash behind him if you happen to get behind him. He doesn't like it when you're behind him all that much, but if you get right behind his leg, he will never do the tail attack, and he'll never really be able to hit you in front of him. So that's the best place to be if you want to hit him. Now in Phase 2, the trigger for transforming himself into Phase 2 is actually very interesting. He screams Ocelot. The whole time he was talking about Ocelot this and Ocelot that. Ocelot is his child, quote-unquote the child of dragons. And you saw that it looked like he was holding something that was either not there or invisible. So you could also hear baby cries and whatnot going on during the fight. It's kind of hinted at that Ocelot is his child and has gone invisible, as sometimes magical dragon kind of creatures can do. So the trigger for Phase 2 opening is that originally you would hear horrible squelching noises as if something was smashed, and the crying would stop, and then he would scream Ocelot and go more feral into Phase 2. It's heavily hinted at that Ocelot was invisible in his hands and dies during the battle. And then Osiris kind of goes crazy and stops talking and just starts screaming Ocelot and charging into you much more fairly. Now, in Phase 2, do not stand in front of him. He has several very, very instant attacks that'll hurt the crap out of you. You'll notice I spent most of my time either under or behind him. If you're behind him, he'll do a tailspin, but very well telegraphed and easy to dodge. Whereas if you're in front of him, he has a lot of dangerous stuff. But overall, Osiris is a very easy boss if you just stay close to him.
Aha, thou returned.
Oh wait, before we talk to you, we didn't take a look at the soul of consumed Osiris. Once again, much like the Crystal Sage, this is a somewhat blue flame, so maybe it has something to do with Seathe, considering the Crystal Sage was casting crystal magics, and crystal magics are, well, kind of wrapped hand in hand with Seathe, because Seathe used crystal magic all the time. Anyway, Soul of Osiris, the Consumed King. Osiris went mad trying to harness his royal blood for a greater purpose, leading him to the heretics of the Grand Archives, where he discovered the twisted worship of Seathe the Paledrake. So Osiris found some information on Seathe, and that is why Osiris became so Paledrake-y. So we can create White Dragon Breath spell. Sorcery of the deluded consumed King Osiris emits crystal breath of Seathe the Scaleless. Crystal breath has piercing qualities. Seathe's research seemed to strike a chord with the old Big Hat, who in his mad disrobed state made divine works such as this his own. Osiris was no doubt edified by this. So Osiris found some of Big Hat Logan's research in the Grand Archives, which we can only assume is the Duke's Archives, considering that's where Seathe was held up in for so long. In addition to that, we can make the Moonlight Greatsword. Legendary dragon weapon associated with Seathe the Paledrake. Charge a strong attack to its limit to unleash a moonlight wave. Osiris, the Consumed King, was infatuated with the search for moonlight, but in the end it never revealed itself to him. With skill, Moonlight Vortex. Draw sword back and thrust to unleash torrential moonlight. So, the Moonlight Greatsword is in every Souls game. It is FromSoft's, like, it's Miyazaki's baby. He loves the weapon a lot. And it is a sword that scales with intelligence and takes a lot of intelligence and shoots magic missiles out, basically. So Oceiros was very consumed by the fact that he wanted to create dragons, bring dragons back to life for the most part, or become one himself. Because it said that, you know, because of his royal blood, he wanted to seek a higher purpose. That higher purpose was basically becoming a dragon. Which is a pretty darn good trivium album for anyone that's ever heard it before. If you haven't, I'm sorry. Sorry, it's metal. So Osiris wanted to become a dragon. And that's going to help out a lot with a couple of other things that are going on in the game. Specifically, what is behind the Consumed King's boss chamber. Behind this door. That is, you see these kind of dead guys. And one of them's alive. Let's take a good look at him. Come on. Do what I want you to. No, stop swinging your stupid... There you go. Look at that. So that seems kind of dragony. Kind of draconic, in a way. We kind of move him around, ragdoll him a little bit, and we take a good close look at his face. That is most certainly a snake face, at the very least. That is a very lizard-like face, and it looks very specifically like a snake's, because you can see the forked tongue coming out of it, the fangs that look like they're kind of retractable within its own mouth, and it's only the two top fangs rather than teeth anywhere else. The lizardy eye and everything, and a long neck. So this is a man who became kind of dragony, a lizard man, if you would. And over here we get the Path of the Dragon gesture, which this guy is performing right now. Over in this chest we get some Titanite scale. And then there's another chest back here with another Titanite scale. And behind this chest is an illusory wall. And this, despite looking like it's something, is nothing. So, back behind Consumed King's Osiris' area is an illusory wall, which leads us to the untended graves. Now there's a couple items I'd like us to take a look at. Divine Blessing and Hidden Blessing. Holy water blessed by the Queen of Lothric. Fully restores HP and cures ailments. The Queen of Lothric, married to the former King Osiris, was initially revered as a goddess of fertility and bounty. After giving birth to Ocelot, her youngest, she quietly disappeared. And on top of that, Hidden Blessing. Hidden water blessed by the Queen of Lothric. There is a grave in Lothric that sees no visitors, a dark place where rootless warriors rest. The Queen of Lothric alone cared to wish the poor souls good fortune. So, she was revered as a goddess of fertility and bounty. She gave birth to a kind of draconic thing along with her husband. Sounds kind of like they're referencing Guinevere here. That's not necessarily 100% true, but, I mean, a fan theory is that the Queen of Lothric was Guinevere. Or at least a relative of Guinevere, a very close relative of Guinevere. And I'm kind of partial to believing in that. I think that's relatively spot on. Wow, that water doesn't look much better at all, even on high. Low and high have, like, very little difference. Oh well, whatever. So anyway, guys, thank you very much for watching. That was Oceiros, the Consumed King's Garden, and the boss fight. And next we will check out the untended graves on the next episode. So, I'll see you guys in the next one. Thank you for watching, and bye-bye, everyone. See you next time.